Hey everyone, this is Benjamin here from the African Geek, and you are welcome to this fantastic tutorial in Canva. In today's video, we are going to be designing some interesting business flyer, inside of Canva, and I believe you're going to enjoy it. So without any much ado, let's jump straight into Canva. Okay, so here we are in Canva, and like you can see, I have a number of designs here, and the first I'm going to do is to create a new design. And with this, you can choose any dimension at all you want to use, but I would be going for the 1080 by 1350. Okay, and I have it here, so I just click and it opens a new design. Okay, so this is going to be easy, and I'll try as much as possible not to beat around the bush. Okay. Yeah, so the first thing I am going to do is to go into my elements, and I would search for this. Okay, then I'll just rotate it to 45 degrees, and I would increase the size and bring it to the bottom here a little bit. Okay, then the next thing I am going to do is to duplicate. So right click, copy, right click, paste. Okay, so I have a copy, and I'll change the color to white. Then I just reduce the size a little bit to make it fit somewhere here. Okay, so now that I have this, I'll go back into my element, and I'll search for the grid. Okay, and I would choose the grid. But the thing is, I would want to make this a perfect square, so I'll just copy again. Okay, with the white one, I just copy and right click and paste. Okay, and I rotate it to 0 degrees so that I can just align this. Okay, so I just want my grid to also be a perfect square, so I'm just using what I have here. Okay, but let me just change my grid to purple so that I can see it well. Okay, so I'll move. No, I want to just move these two to the top. Okay, and I'll bring this to the bottom. Okay, good. Okay, so we can see everything is aligning beautifully, so now I can just delete this. Okay, so I bring this back to where it was, and I would right click and send all of them to the back so that this can be in front. Then I would rotate this to 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees, and reduce the size a little bit. Okay, so that I can have some sort of outline around it. Awesome. So the next thing I am going to do is to copy this, my yellow square, and I copy and paste it again. Okay, then I move it somewhere here, and I change the color to white. Okay, but in this case, I'll just right click and send it backward, and do it again, send it backward. Okay, so let me just send everything to the back. Okay, so I send what am I doing? I just want to send it backward. Okay, so send it backward so that I can have something like this. Okay, so I'll just hit it here. Fantastic. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to I can just go straight into element. Okay, or you can just press R on your keyboard for the same square or rectangle. Now rotate it to 45 degrees again. Okay, and now I'll come here and come into the color and reduce it a little bit to get a darker yellow. Okay, and I'll just do it this way. Okay, and I'll bring it downwards. Then I just right click, send backward, right click, send backward. So this is what I have at the moment. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is to click on the white shape, and I will copy and right click and paste. So you can see most of the things we are just doing is duplicating the shapes we've already created. Okay, and I position it somewhere here, and I'll change the color to gray, and I just make it a darker gray. Okay, so somewhere like this. It's not black, just making it gray. Okay, so we have something like this. And another thing I'm going to do is to press R on my keyboard, or just come and click the square over here, and I'll change this to the same color of this gray. Okay, and I just do this. Okay, so I place it here, and I just increase the width. Then what I can do is I can also click on position, send backward. Okay, so this is how I want it to look like. Okay, so I can just select everything, and I'll move it to the left a little bit. Okay, so I want it to look this way. So what I'll do is I'll choose the yellow of this. Okay, but I would make it a lighter yellow. Okay, so I just move it horizontally, okay, to get a very light yellow. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. Then what I'm going to do now is to press T on my keyboard, okay, for text, or you can just click on text and you click on add new text. Okay, so you can just click on this thing we have over here, click text to add to page. So you can click on any of them, add heading, subheading, blah blah blah. So I'll just position it here, reduce the size a little bit, and I can see I'll just put heading here. Okay, since I don't really have anything in mind at the moment, so I can just say heading. Then what I'm going to do is to select it, come to the color and change it to white. Okay, then I can increase the size. Okay, fantastic. Then I don't like the open sans. Okay, so I like Montserrat, so I'll just click on Montserrat Classic. If you can't find it here, you just have to search, you just have to use the search box to search for it, and I'm sure you'd find it because it's a free font. Okay, then what I'll do next is I'll right click on my text and copy, or instead of going the long way, copy and paste, you can just click on your text and come here, you see duplicate. So once you click, it makes a duplicate of your text, and I'll just reduce the size, and I'll just change this to Montserrat, the regular Montserrat. Okay, so once it's done, I'll reduce the size a little bit and move it here, and I'll stretch it a little bit, and I'll just say subheading. Okay, subheading. This is interesting. Fantastic. Okay, so maybe I'll just reduce it more. Okay, and this is what I'll do. Then maybe I would want some few text and stuff to be at the moment, so I'll just come here. Okay, and you don't have to follow this step. I just want to add some dummy text. It's basically a nonsense text. It doesn't have any sort of meaning to it. Okay, it's just that I just want to fill, I don't know why this website, but I just want to fill my design with some text. Okay, just to make you understand how the whole thing is going to look like. So I'll just open one of my designs and I'll copy the text from there because this website is failing to load. Okay, so I'll just click and copy and come back and click and paste. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so and I'll do the same to this. I would okay, I can just right click and copy, or I can just come here and duplicate, and I reduce the size. Okay, then I can change the color too. Okay, fantastic. Then I can just say another subheading. Okay, subheading. Okay, here. Okay, and I'll reduce the size more. Okay, this just to give you an idea of how to go about your design, or how everything's going to look like at the end of the day. Okay, so I just move my design up a little bit to get more space, and I'll remove some of the text here. Okay, because the thing is, this is going to be some sort of like a professional flyer, so you wouldn't need a lot of text on it unless maybe it's really necessary. Okay, so I just do this. Okay, and I bring this here, something simple, and I move this up. Okay, so I move this up a little bit. Fantastic. So another thing I'm going to do is I'll just duplicate this text. Okay, and I'm just going to make it all caps, and I change the color to white. Okay, then I'll also remove some of the text, because I just want a few text over here. Then I can center my text. Okay, then I can just put it here, just to have some text here. Then the next thing I am going to do is to click on the big square I have here, and I duplicate it. Okay, then I make the size bigger. Okay, very big, and I'll decrease the transparency. Okay, and I right click and send it to the back. Yeah, so we have it here. Okay, now we have about 3 steps more to go. I know there's a lot of duplications and stuff like that, but just take it easy with me, because I'm also wondering why this is just full of duplications. So you can add your logo, but I'll just use a sample logo Canva has here. So I like to use this a lot in my designs, as a sample logo. So I just select this and put it here. Okay, maybe I would bring all of this bottom, to the bottom a little bit. Then I can duplicate this. Okay, and just bring it here and say business logo. So I can just say business. Okay, logo. Fantastic. Okay, so we're almost done with this design. Okay, then I change the alignment and position this well a little bit. Okay, so it shouldn't be too close to the edge of our slide, okay, or of our document. Nice. Okay, and I'll reduce this a little bit so that it doesn't go too close. Okay, now with the image you can realize that with Canva at the moment doesn't have even before I say that, let's go into the grid section. Okay, to see all, and I'm just trying to see if I'd find a grid that is in a kite. Is it a kite or something like that? Yeah. I've forgotten how it's called, but when we're small we used to play with things like that. I don't know if I'm right. Anyway, let's just move on. Okay, so I'm trying to find a frame that is positioned, or that has been shaped this way as default, but it looks like there's nothing like that here. Okay, so that's why I used the square and rotated it 45 degrees. So it means that if we are going to use any image, we have to make sure the image okay, so this is what I want us to do. Okay, instead of beating around the bush, so let me just say office, so FFICE. You can see that if I drop the image here, the image is also rotated. Okay, and there's nothing we can actually do about it. Okay, so try as much as possible not to use images that would be very difficult to rotate, or it means that if you want to still use that particular image, then you have to rotate the whole thing so that it can be a regular square. Okay, so with something like this I can go with something like this. Okay, and I can maybe increase the sizes. Since they're all positioned this way, it's also not the best. Okay, so I will search for So I can use something like this, you see, because even with how it is, it's still regular. Okay, it's still regular. No matter how you shoot it, it's still looking fine. But if it's something like a building, no building is slanted, 45 degrees and stuff like that. Is every building's on the floor 90 degrees, so it also has to be that way. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but yeah, that's mainly what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to explain it, in the easiest form, but just pardon me. Okay, so this is the next thing I want to do. I want us to add some few icons to our design. Okay, so I come here and I close this and I click on this, okay, the circle, and I drop it down. So I drop it here, and I would also duplicate it. Okay, I've already shown you how to duplicate it, so yeah, by this time you should be able to duplicate anything easily. You can do the right click, or you can use this, or you can use Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, fantastic. So I would search for I'll just type business. Okay, just to get some of these icons or so. Okay, so I'll just take this one first, and I'll reduce the size very small, and I'll bring it here because I want it to fit in my circle. Okay, then which one again can I use? I would use this briefcase. Okay, so I also reduce the size very small. Okay, and now I'll paste it here. Okay, you can see. Okay, so we just change the other color. Oh no, it means you have to just keep it this way. Then we can also but add another one. Okay, so I'm looking for the third one we can use. So I would use this one as the third one, but you can also just use any one at all. Okay, this is going to fit whatever your design is about. Okay, so I'll put these ones here, and yes, we have finally created this. Okay, and I just hope this was this was helpful. So maybe what I can do is, because I'm finding difficult to arrange this properly, I'll just reduce the size. Okay, so I'll just reduce the size a little bit. Okay, so that I can have more room. Then I can drop this down a little bit. Okay, then I can move my icons up also a little bit, plus my text. Nice. So this is what I wanted us to create in Canva, and I believe you enjoyed this tutorial, and I know this is the first tutorial I've uploaded so far this year, and this is what I want to say. This year is going to be fantastic. I will be coming up with more tutorials to help you upgrade your Canva skills. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I just want to say kindly subscribe to this channel, because you wouldn't want to miss the tutorials I'll be bringing up. Because look, trust me, I have so many tutorials. I've made so many designs, as you can see from my Canva. I've made so many designs, and I want to be teaching you how to make such designs. Okay, so another thing is, just in case you are wondering where you can reach out, where you can reach me on Instagram at African Geeks, and you can send me a message. Let's talk, let's vibe, and let's see what we can do together. Okay, so without any much ado, let me just say the name still remains Benjamin, and I will see you in the next video.